Hello and welcome back to r/Tales from Tech Support. Today we're bringing two stories to you. One, I lived in a town where over 20% of the PCs ran Mint. And two, why IT support hates snowflakes. Guys, don't forget to comment in the box below your thoughts with the videos. I lived in a town where over 20% of the PCs ran Mint. I moved to a tiny coastal retirement town that had a very active computer group. They were supporting and teaching the retirees in the area. They refurbished PCs that locals gave and installed Mint on them. They fixed Windows problems by installing Mint. The club president had gotten the club registered as a charity and he was really good at sourcing superseded corporate PCs. The companies donated computers and somehow got tax deductions. They installed Mint and gave them to the poorer kids and retirees in the area. In a town of 2,500 people, they had a computer club lessons with up to 100 people at them. I got invited to the club workshop and they asked me if I could fix a laptop with a password-protected BIOS. No one in town knew what to do. I told I'd have a look at it and sat it on my lap. With the lid cracked open and my finger on the power button, they didn't see that. I just chatted with them till it went beep and handed it back. Fixed. Legend status achieved. If you hold down the power button of an open laptop for a really long time, it will eventually reset. It usually takes a literal 5 minutes. That's counting from 1 Mississippi to 300 Mississippi. This worked on a 486 IBM laptop and an Intel i5 30 years later. It's worked on a few in between too. Why IT support hates snowflakes. As a T2 IT support guy, I usually receive tickets that T1 have worked on for more than an hour and haven't solved the case. This excludes account activation and resetting passwords. So usually when I give a customer a call, they're glad someone more capable has taken over. T1 has got very little access to the workstations, only simple cases and not having admin privileges. But some cases are special, as special as certain snowflakes. This time around, it's something really simple. User requires to have access to a couple of external servers where some of his work is stored. Windows seems to have wiped all of his accesses to these remote drives due to a massive update, 1909 to 20H2. Old and not up-to-date workstation. Our job is simple. Grant him access via AD where T1 does not have enough clearance to do anything. The deadline is in 46 hours at this time the ticket arrives. Obviously that means the priority is set to medium, not NBD. So I give the customer a call to verify what he needs exact access to. Sadly, 5 minutes after the call is over and I come back with a snack to work on his case. 15 more tickets arrive for me and the boys. This day we're only 4 men as everybody else is either sick or taking a couple of days off. This means we have enough work for the rest of the day. What's even worse, over half of the new tickets are of NBD priority, which means we have to take care of them first. I set myself a goal, complete my NBD tickets as fast as possible and then take care of my previous customers. But he is so much more impatient than I expected, so I get a call from him. Me, obvious, SC, snowflake customer. Me. Hello, this is me. How can I help you? Snowflake customer. I still have no access to my files. Me. Sir, I understand your hurry, but you also have to understand me. I just received a lot of unexpected work which has got a very high priority and short deadlines. I just need to take care of them first. As soon as I'm done with them, I'll look into your case. That is unacceptable. You have to take care of me first. I don't care how much work you've got. My case is of the highest priority. Me. Looking at his ticket open on my laptop, from what I can see, your case is of normal priority and the deadline is 3 PM at Tuesday, the next day. SC, this is unacceptable. And he pulls the good old, "I'd like to speak to your manager," Karen card. Obviously I'm pissed at this point, but I try to keep my composure. Me. I can escalate your ticket to my supervisor, but I have to warn you, he's constantly on the move and usually unreachable, so you might read the email at the end of this day. A couple moments of silence and he ends the call. Fine, I'll take care of more important tickets, including the CEO's laptops freezing up at the Windows logon screen and blue screening every third attempt of logging in after a restart. 1 hour later, I receive an email from my supervisor saying he's changed the priority of the Snowflake customer's ticket. Obviously, I checked that right off, and it turns out he did change the priority to NBD, but the deadline is still the same. I smile gratefully. My supervisor has had my back since day one and continue my work. Not even 15 minutes pass and I get yet another call from Mr. Snowflake. SC, I've still got no access to my files. Now I'm really irritated. Our company phones have an amazing app installed on them. During a phone call, I can one-click enable call recording, which I do. Me. Sir, as a formality, I have to inform you this call is recorded. SC. Not even noticing what I just said. Listen here, young man. I don't give an F how much work you've got. My work is way more important. The files I'm working on are crucial to my company standing on the market. If you don't care of me, I swear to God you're losing your job today. This is the point in time where I snap. Me, Mr. SC. I've realised the importance of your work, but I'd like you to imagine something. I've got at least 3 more people whose tickets have a way shorter deadline and are of the same priority, which puts them ahead of your ticket by default. I'm very sorry if you aren't satisfied with the way your case is being handled, but trust me, I'm not happy either. I've just got heaps of cases where company standings and reputations are at stake, and I just simply can't afford not doing the right now. SC launches a rant on how incompetent I am and how he will have me fired till the end of this week. He mixes in so much cursing, it's almost certain someone will be interested in listening to this conversation. At last he promises me this is not the end and he hangs up. After 3 minutes, I receive a call from the CEO whose laptop I'm working on. CEO, hi, me, how are things looking? Me, well, the laptop just by itself is fine, but quite a couple of things of bad sectors on the hard drive. Looks like the best solution would be to transfer all your data onto an external drive and fit this laptop with a new one. Install Windows and all other software and then transfer all of your data. CEO, you can install a new drive right on. I'm backing up on my data to OneDrive with a sync interval of 1 hour, so worst case scenario is I've lost a bit of time. But there is something else I'd like to talk to you about. Me, yes. CEO, one of our company's employees has written a large email explaining how incompetent you are and how you wouldn't take care of his case at all. Me, let me guess, Mr. SC, CEO, indeed. I go into explaining my whole case and sending him a recording of our last conversation, which really helped later on. Lucky me. CEO, alrighty then, just take care of what is your highest priority and don't worry about him. To cut a long story short, I finished all the super important tickets that day, including the CEO's laptop, which with literally 15 minutes to deadline on the last one. I was a happy man. Next day I arrive at work, fire up my laptop and take a look through the tickets. To my surprise, this guy's ticket is gone. Apparently somebody else took it and finished what I had barely started. Turns out my mentor knew about all while working from home, took over the case and solved it when he had nothing else to work on. That is around 7:20 p.m. He worked the previous day a later shift, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Today, Friday, I found out that Mr. Snowflake had been promoted to customer. They have fired him for being a PITA and an absolute D to us. On one hand, I'm feeling a bit bad for him. I knew absolutely nothing about this guy and it might have been just a bad day all around for him. On the other hand, I just found out the deadline for his case was set for a week before his project's deadline, so he would have comfortably enough time to finish his project or whatever he was working on. Anyway, that day he learned not to be a jerk to somebody trying to help him. TLDR, a customer behaved like a complete snowflake, thinking his case was the most important, which he eventually got fired for. So what would you have done with this snowflake? I know what I would have done. Drop us a comment below and don't forget to subscribe, like and share for more videos to come. Guys, we'll see you soon. Bye now.